So today's like what, Friday? The day after Thanksgiving, which is basically like an extra Saturday, in my opinion. But anyway, the bumper on the Ford Fiesta is still broken. I haven't got around to fixing it, but this weekend is the weekend. So I'm gonna try to fix it tonight, tomorrow, and maybe I get to drive it again on Sunday. But first of all, I have to pull it inside the shop here because it's freezing cold out here, and I'd much rather work on it inside, I guess. Okay, and now for the best part. We get to cold start this thing. Just in case you're wondering, no, I'm not working on the car inside the kitchen. It's just that our barn happens to have a kitchen as well. So that's how that works. Okay, so here is the problem I'm talking about. If you can see here, this front lip has a small crack in it, like right there, and is also broken there. So the big question though is, what exactly happened here and why is it broken? To be honest, I don't know. Like, this is totally something that I would do, and I've been known in the past to wreck quite a few things. But in this case, I bought the car this way, so it's not something that's my fault. But from experience, it could be like a lot of different things. You could run into a curb at a parking lot. You could run over, you could hit a railroad track. You could hit a small animal too, which I've fortunately so far been able to avoid hitting those. But the day will come, I am sure. The only other thing I could think of was that intercooler there. Whoever installed the intercooler did notch out the bumper a little bit to get it to fit in there. So I'm not sure if maybe that weakened something along the way there. But really, I don't care that much. This car is a daily driver, so as long as the defects aren't noticeable too much, I really don't care. You know, this car is meant to be driven, to have fun with, to be used and abused. And at the end of the day, that's basically what it is. So the goal of this project here is just to get it back in working condition, so it's not quite as noticeable. And if that happens, I'll be happy with it. I think this is going to work. Just don't try it at home, because I wouldn't recommend it to anyone. Well, like they say, I don't think that's going anywhere, so we should be fine for now. So I got the car off the ground, and I'm gonna start taking this thing apart, so there really is no turning back at this point. We're just gonna have to go for it. I think it's broken. I'm not sure what the deal is. But there's definitely horse poop inside here as well. Sort of disgusting. Well, anyway, welcome back to day 2 of this project. The camera decided to die last night, and I wasn't able to film all of it, but I did get this thing ripped apart, and now I guess the real work is supposed to begin. So I'm pretty sure there used to be like a piece of trim in here covering the intercooler, but it looks like someone just ripped it out, because you can see it's all broken up there, and there's a real problem too. So first of all, we're gonna have to bend this thing back to its original shape, I guess, and this is the only way I can think of doing this. There we go. So this thing here actually works like much better than I thought it would. Here's the deal. Before I start fixing this thing, I need to break it down a little bit more. So like all those little cracks and crevices there, I need to like grind them out a little bit more so that when I put the Bondo in there, that has actually a place to stick to. So that's what we're gonna do now. Gotta make it worse before it can get better. So this is basically where we're at right now. We've got this thing all sanded down, ready to go. So you can see how that looks right there. I used like 80 grit sandpaper to clean that up. That way the Bondo has something to stick to, but I tell you man, sanding is the worst. It takes forever. So the instructions for this stuff aren't quite clear. I'm not sure. Never used this before. It's just Bondo body filler, so I mean really what could go wrong? I don't know. This is basically day 3 of working on this thing. It's taking much longer than I thought. But anyway, I did sand it down with some 80 grit sandpaper, and then I have some 320 here to finish it up. I was pretty worried last night actually when I finished up putting the Bondo on there, because it really looked like crap, but after sanding it down, I think it's gonna be okay. I'm just gonna put primer on it next, and then sand it down one more time. Alright, so this is basically what it looks like after the first round of sanding. Well, I broke it again. I just was getting ready for the paint here, and it decided to crack, so I guess that Bondo wasn't quite as strong as I thought it was. So I guess we're sort of back to where we started. Well guys, I think I found a solution finally. So basically, I just took a block of wood and countersunk 2 screws into there, so that is not going to move at all anymore. So great news, I guess. This thing's almost done. I've been painting this thing throughout the day, and I've added several coats of paint, and I've got one more coat of clear coat to put on here before this thing's done. But as you can see there, pretty happy with how this thing turned out. As long as you don't look too close, you don't see all the imperfections, but a lot better than I thought it was going to be actually. So as I should have suspected, this did take me like twice as long as I had anticipated originally. But however, after 4 days, I think I'm ready to put it all back together. I don't know if you can see this or not, but there's that one little bolt right there. Has honestly been like the most annoying part of this whole process, because it basically fits down in there and there's no good way to get to it. So this is what we got. We got the wrench, 1 extension, 2 extensions, an adapter to the 1/4 inch, and then we've got a swivel, and then the socket at the end. So sometimes gotta play the long game. Alright, so thanks for watching. I think that's about it for this project today. Not sure exactly what's next for this car, but you know, driving on the roads here in Michigan is basically like driving on the surface of the moon at some point. So I'm sure there's gonna be plenty more things to break in the near future as well. So be sure to stay tuned for that.